we? All right. Bantamweights, they are Jack Shor out of Wales, who is
3 rounds in the UFC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 9 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Kiev, Ukraine, Ludovik Sholiнян. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist holding a perfect professional record. 14 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Abertillery, Wales, Jack "Tank" Shor. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Chris Ione.
Chris Tognoni is our referee. Ludovik Šolīņāns absolutely loves to fight. Much more anxious or nervous talking about fighting than actually competing. He says he is never nervous before a fight. And I think a lot of wrestlers, DC, can sort of speak to that. You've been in so many one-on-one combat situations.
Well, Šolīņāns is a very good wrestler. And Jack Shor said that, you know, when they were talking about opponents, Šolīņāns was going to be tough because of his ability, but being in there with Hunter Azure, he feels like prepared him for the approach he may see from Šolīņāns. And he said, you know, I can defend wrestling, takedowns from just about anyone. So the kid's very confident in all of his skills.
To your point earlier, John, well, just now actually, about the wrestling background and those one-on-one environments, it's so helpful for any young fighters that are aspiring to be in the UFC. You've got to get experience in one-on-one environments, whether that's wrestling, jiu-jitsu tournaments, amateur boxing, whatever, because when you come here, you know, of course, these are all very talented athletes. They're tough fighters and they do all the rest of it, but it's the mentality and the game day nerves that you've got to deal with.
Football players, basketball players, you play those sports your whole life and you decide you want to fight, ain't gonna work out too well, man, because it's like you're so used to relying on other people.
Right.
You have to be in sports where it's you, and if it's not just you, generally it ain't gonna work out for you in mixed martial arts.
And that's why the cardio side is so important as well, because as you say, in team sports, if you're a little out of condition, just have enough game, you know, just pull back a little bit. If you're in the octagon and you run out of steam, it's you, your opponent, and the referee, and it's the loneliest place in the world because you've got another man trying to take your head off.
Mikey, it's your mind telling you, too, like, man, I didn't do enough. I don't deserve to win. And then you start to question everything when you're in there with a guy trying to take it to you. I mean, this is, honestly, you know, John, you always call it the ultimate proving ground. There's nothing more true than that. When you're in that octagon fighting, there's nothing more true. And men and women truly answer a lot of questions about who they are when they're in a combat situation like the UFC's octagon.
And you know, when you look at this so far, I was just about to say, we haven't seen Jack Shor go for a takedown because he's often got a very wrestling-heavy approach. Yes. And that's why I said, you might have heard on the promo piece, I compared him to George St. Pierre, because Jack is so technical. And as we know, Ludovik Šolīņāns is a Ukrainian former wrestling champion. He caught the kick, swept the other one, took him down with a lot of ease.
It's smart, right?
Yeah, there was no effort went into that. It was just pure technique.
It's smart, right? Like if you're Jack Shor, you don't go and shoot double legs on a guy that has that type of wrestling experience. You take your takedowns when they present themselves to you. And that's exactly what Shor just did against Šolīņāns.
This is the third opponent for Jack Shor, by the way, Michael. Initially, it was going to be Said Nurmagomedov before eventually Šolīņāns stepped up.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, that's what you got to do in these earlier days of your career. I mean, he's had a great career, 14-0, but you can't, you know, unfortunately in these times as well, opponents change. You got to roll with the punches. And if you truly believe in yourself and if you could be champion of the world one day, well, then it doesn't matter. Line them up, baby.
Mike, what was your record
against? On the back of the head, please.
It was 15-0.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get past that.
You know what I'm saying, Mike? I don't want to be. Hey, me too, Mikey. We both got the 15.
Goddamn, Rashad Evans.
I got the 15 and ran into Joe.
Yeah, Rashad Evans took that away. In a highly controversial split decision.
I think, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and say you won.
Okay, shout out Rashad.
Do not grab the cage. Do not grab the cage.
I actually have no idea.
Yeah.
who won the fight.
I know, you have no idea. Well, we see Jack trying to pass half guard here, trying to get side. He's almost there pretty much.
Yeah, but look at how measured he is.
He's trying to get that
pass.
right knee pass. He's done it now. That's nice.
Šolinian keeps that shield, which is good. He's trying to keep that shield.
Yep.
Right? So what he's going to try to do here is when Shore continues to pass, he'll then try to turn to his knees to use his wrestling to get back to his feet. Nope. Oh, Shore did a great job of just stepping through. Now he's in an arm triangle.
Look at this.
Oh, it's tight.
It's just
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's really tight.
He's so technical.
Look at Shore just taking his time. Now he's going to start to flatten his chest.
Šolinian's going to try and turn into him. He's going to try and grab his left leg with that arm. That's another thing he can do.
Shore must not have felt the pressure.
Correct.
He don't have enough space to get his chest flat to finish the arm triangle with the side of the octagon. So he goes in the mount, takes the back of Šolinian now.
Šolinian's got to be careful because Jack Shore is
Do not grab the cage.
From
Do not grab the cage.
To sub attempt. And right now, Ludwig just wants to grab the fence to stay on the feet.
Shore, very measured, never in any great rush, managing his energy, his cardio base.
Yeah, he's only 26 years old, but he's very mature in there. When you speak to him, you can tell he's an intelligent fighter. And then when you watch and you see the technique on display, it's no wonder this man's still undefeated.
All right, round one to Shore.
Time. Good job, guys.
Sit down, Tank. Beautiful round.
Okay? Right there, right there. Right there.
Well, International Fight Week is coming in less than 3 weeks with a host of compelling matchups at UFC 266. Volkanovski faces Ortega for the featherweight title, plus Shevchenko defends against
Fight.
Lauren Murphy, and Nick Diaz back against Robbie Lawler. It's UFC 266, Saturday, September 25th, and available for purchase only on ESPN+.
The corner of Jack Shore, obviously very happy with that round. The referee not happy with the fingers, though.
They're going out towards the eyes. Up or closed, okay?
And they told him.
Please.
The referee told him right before round 2 started as well. He did give him a stern warning
Time in.
then.
Fight.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't pull a point there, given how stern his warning was after round 1.
As I was saying, in the corner of Jack Shore, even though he won that round, they wanted to slow down. You know, so there's no rush, you know, trying to get the submission. You know, take your time, establish the position, and set it up correctly. So you've got 3 rounds, don't rush it. But that was a beautiful right hand that connected for Jack a second ago.
Unofficially, Šolinian has yet to land a significant strike, 0 for 20 unofficially.
That jab just then was beautiful. A nice kick to the liver. I mean, Jack is just so well-rounded. Doesn't seem to have any weak areas, and I'm not being biased here because I'm only talking about Jack, but it's Jack that's doing sensational work. You know, and he's just looking so good. I mean, look at that. We spoke about the wrestling pedigree of Šolinian.
It's very impressive to see Shore time his takedowns and only take them when they just are right there. He doesn't force. He hasn't initiated one takedown yet. It's always off of a mistake that Šolinian is making. And that's allowing him to take down a guy that has a much higher wrestling pedigree than him.
And to your point, Daniel, exactly, because when it becomes a test of strength and pushing back and forth, and I'm going to get this takedown, that's extremely tiring. But when you do it the way that Jack's doing it, and you time it and the technique, it's easy. You know, and he's not jeopardizing his gas tank in getting those takedowns.
From the clinch positions, John, to the arm triangle attempt, he's showing a wiseness beyond his years, right? Most young athletes would keep squeezing that arm triangle trying to get the finish. He let it go. When Šolinian got back to his feet, started to defend, he let him go. He's not overworking himself in a lot of positions. It's going to be on Ludwig right now to try to change the course of this fight, because right now, Shore is much too comfortable.
And he accrued a lot of high-level experience before he got to the big show. I don't know if it was you, Daniel, but somebody compared him to George St. Pierre. Michael, I think it was you when we were on Fight Island earlier this year.
Yeah, no, listen, because look at the technical approach. Look at how methodical he is in there. The well-roundedness, the athletic ability as well. There is no weak areas in terms of physicality, but also the mind. You know, he deals with all these nerves, because everybody has that. But look at the performance he's putting on. As Daniel said, wise beyond his age.
And for what it's worth, Jack Shor, by a significant margin, biggest betting favorite on this card, top to bottom tonight, minus 550.
Oh.
I tell you what, though, I like what Sholinyan's doing here. He was like making some faces there. He's not faced by any of the shots he's taking. He's pushing forward, and now he's in on his first takedown.
When you're outmanned, I talk about this a lot, right? When you're outmanned, you fight the ego, right? You start to fight the ego of the fighter and then hope that he makes a mistake to allow you back into the fight. And that's what Sholinyan's trying to do right now.
Well, it's all mind games as well. He's trying to say, you're not hurting me, pal. What are you talking
you're running
about?
away. You're running away. Stand here and fight me.
Trying to get them to doubt themselves. You know, because if you think I'm hitting this guy with my best shots and he's not going away, you know, for some people it may cause them to lose a little bit of confidence. There's a good shot.
Yeah, not a
beautiful
bad
level
shot.
change. Yep, that was beautiful. You saw him on his knee, get his angle. But look at, this is what I'm talking about. I talked about this last fight. They rushed to the side of the octagon, right? So Sholinyan should have started going to that next level of finish. He had the angle on Shor. He got to the double leg. Shor rushes to the side of the fence. He should immediately start to trip at his feet, start hooking his legs, start trying to turn Jack Shor so he can complete this takedown.
Shor has yet to be taken down in the UFC. Conversely, he has secured at least 3 takedowns in all of his UFC wins. Shor came to Vegas last Wednesday to acclimate well ahead of many of his European counterparts.
Yeah, that's right. People came in on Tuesday. Paddy the Baddy came in a day later as well. You know, and yeah, you want to get in as soon as possible. You want to acclimate, get over the jet lag, get some good sleep. So a very professional approach from Jack Shor, not only in the octagon, but in terms of the outside preparation as well. And right now, he's chipping away at these legs.
Methodical performance thus far for the undefeated Jack Shor. Third and final round.
Beautiful round, son. Sit down. Sit down. All right, take your time. Stay behind that jab. Have a drink.
Well, join your fellow fight fans on the UFC Twitch channel for the watch along. Right now, John Gooden and Jens Pulver are live, breaking down the fights, giving their predictions,
boys. Here we go.
and chatting with you, the fans. Make sure to follow UFC on Twitch so you never miss a live stream.
And the first kick that Jack throws is a calf kick. The corner recognizes he's starting to limp, Sholinyan. Starting to limp from those calf kicks, calling for the 1-2 as well. Seems they've abandoned the wrestling. But he's ahead on the striking anyway, John. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sholinyan's struggling to get weight down on that leg now. He's very flat-footed. That front foot he's almost got a little bit of a hitch in his walk as he's trying to pursue Jack Shor. And even though he's been getting pieced up, that's one thing he's been consistently doing, is going forward. So if Jack can continue to beat up that lead leg, he becomes an even easier target.
Yeah, he's having a hard time putting his full body weight on that left foot.
Well, as Dan said, you've got to be flat-footed. As soon as you get on the toes, that initiates the calf muscle.
Yeah.
And if the calf muscle is getting beat to death, you don't want to initiate it. Oh, nice job.
Shor snaps off a jab. A minute gone by here, round 3.
Yeah, he's just cruising right now, John. You know, he knows he's in control. He knows he's got the edge when it comes to striking. Chipping away with the jab. He's got the speed advantage. And now he's just counted on the forward pressure of Sholinyan. And he's just, you know, he's riding him like a bull. He's being a matador.
There's that Shor jab again. Yeah, last win for him against Hunter Azure in April was only his 2nd decision win in his career. Timely entry there. Sholinyan using the fence to try to stay upright.
That was a nice entry off the jab, John. So he threw the jab. Sholinyan was able to avoid it. Because of that, Shor was almost elbowed to the shoulder of Sholinyan. And when you're that close, you might as well change levels, because it allows you to take yourself from being in counter-striking danger to you on the offensive. Great job by Jack, recognizing that he overextended, and now he's controlling the clinch.
Careful. You good? You good? You good?
And it really is incredible on the Šolinian side what a lot of these athletes are dealing with amidst a pandemic. This dude has been away from...
We're good?
Be careful.
Hey, brother, be careful.
Right back at it. But
Hey, brother, be
Šolinian
careful.
hanging out in Southern California and Vegas for the better part of a year after the Ultimate Fight, right? Waiting for a fight, hoping for an opportunity. And, of course, it comes against this undefeated monster, Jack Shor. But it speaks to a bigger picture of a lot of these athletes outside the States.
Oh, nice right hand by Šolinian there. That's the second one he landed. A good one in the second round, too.
Yeah, Ludwig's trying to do everything he can to make this, a real successful career. Hasn't been home, to your point, in 18 months. Hasn't seen friends, hasn't seen family. After the Ultimate Fighter, rather than go home, stayed in Las Vegas because he's like, no, I believe in myself. I'm going to get a call. And that's the desire that this man has. So make no mistake, that just amplifies Jack's performance here.
Yes.
Because he is in there and he's cruising to a victory here. And I say that with respect, but it's against a very, very tough opponent. Don't think that, Šolinian can't compete in there. He can. It's just that tonight, Jack Shor is one step ahead, as usual.
We asked Jack in the fighter meetings about a top 15 opponent, right? And he was saying he just needs an opportunity. He thinks he can compete with everybody. It's time. I think it's time, right? For as good as he looks right now, and he's looking good against Šolinian, as he should, right? You would expect him to be winning this fight impressively. It's time to see Jack Shor in there with someone that presents some unique challenges to him, because when you become an athlete or a prospect of this caliber, the world wants to know how real you truly are. And it's time for us to see Jack Shor in there with someone on that level.
We'll see how Shor navigates this final minute in terms of risk mitigation.
And I say, Jack never misses an opportunity. A moment ago when they separated against the fence, there was an opening for a head kick. He took it. When they disengaged in the clinch there, boom. He sees a little opening, he takes it every single time. Does not waste any opportunities.
Nice counter short right there by Jack Shor.
And, all credit to Šolinian. He's still pushing forward, still trying to fight, still trying to win. Nice uppercut. 1-2 wobbles him.
Yep. Short uppercut again lands for Jack Shor, having a strong finish to this fight.
Just very clean performance by Shor. If you go in there, right, you have aspirations of fighting frequently. These are the types of fights that allow for you to do that. He barely got touched tonight, looked very clean in there against Šolinian.
Stuffed all 4 of Šolinian's takedown attempts, all Jack Shor tonight in the bantamweight division.